in my own hometown. Stranger.
Howdy folks, Little John. Thanks for joining me out in the brew cave on a Sunday morning. If I remember my scriptures correctly, on the seventh day God created Jack Daniels. So obviously he decided Sunday was a good day for distilling. So following that lead, today I'll be running my first batch of Scotch whisky. I've got half the batch transferred. I've got the rest here. So previous video on the whisky jar had me doing the mash for this brew. It was an all grain, Scotch style whisky. You can go back and have a look at it. It was mostly Marisota. No, sorry, Golden Promise. Golden Promise, a bit of Pilsner malt, a little bit of slightly darker stuff. So I'm just getting set up at the moment, getting organised. Get the pot on top of this in a minute and get it coming up to temp. Sort of put on the hose. So I've just taken a quick sample on this fella, just to get a starting gravity, and my brew book is inside from checking recipes the other day. So that's alright. This one's come out at about 0.994, 995, somewhere in that sort of range. So I'm very happy with that. I added some dry enzyme into the mix and used the craft brewer malt whisky, which I'm assuming is probably the Saf Ale malt distillers used. So it's done really good. It's come down a bit lower than I thought. I thought I would have been lucky to get it to 1.0, 1.02. So to get down 994-ish, 995, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll gotta go ahead now. I'll get the top on this, get this coming up the temp. I'll go and grab my book so I can actually take some note of these figures and work out what my starting point is and expected offtake. I've got pretty much 20 litres in the boil, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we're looking good. So I'll go and do that couple of bits and pieces, and I'll come back once we're up and running and we're starting to pull a little bit of good stuff off. Righto, we're into the partway through the run. Just to get an update on how things are progressing. So had a little bit of puking initially, and we got up to boil. I did have both elements running. I sort of got distracted a little bit and didn't get them shut down quite quick enough. So in the end, ended up getting probably about half a litre off, a little bit too hot, but the puking pieces have only been relatively short-lived. As soon as I cut the power back to the 500 element, we'll make a nice clear takeoff, no problem. So at that point I dialed back the voltage controller to about 216, 218 volts. So basically cranked about 10% of the power off the 500 element, and it's running pretty much
between 80 and 83 degrees. Occasionally it's slipping down to 79 or skipping out a little bit higher. Up there at the moment it's skipped out to 85. Little skip back quick enough. 92 degree on the boil, so we've still got plenty of alcohol in there. So at the moment I've pulled off another half a litre on top of that. Jar number 2. It's come off quite alright. Smells pretty good. I'm pretty confident that with the big takeoff initially, that 500 for the mill, that would have included any of the heads. So I'm pretty confident we're probably running just pure hearts on what I've got in the jar. I just threw that 500 ml out initially. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy where we're sitting at the moment. I'm just going to dial it back just a fraction. So another a little higher. So I've measured that, what is the second jar of, which I believe will be hearts, and it's sitting on 74% alcohol, so it's coming off at a good strength. So looking at those numbers, should pull somewhere around, around 3-ish litres all up. So at the moment I'm sort of thinking we're probably looking at maybe, hopefully, a bit under 2 litres, which I'll keep for oaking and bottling, and probably somewhere around 1 litre, which will probably just end up as feints. But we'll see how we go. That'll all come down to tasting when we're doing the blending and the cuts. That's just my thoughts at the moment on where I'm expecting, what I'm expecting to get. I said not done an all grain wash before. I've only done the Uncle Jesse's the simple sour mash. So first all grain. So we'll see how we go, how that pushes flavours, especially getting up into the tails, what that'll do. I might even do a video on the cutting and the blending, and see how, just have a bit of a doc on how that actually happens, going through that process, which I've not done up to this date. So as I said, with it being all grain, it will be a new experience for myself. So I'll learn something, and someone else own one as well. So gonna let this go now. I'll come back later on, a couple of hours, and when we get towards the end, and see what we looked at and what we've ended up with. Right, just a bit of a wrap up now. We're getting towards finishing this run up a little bit. I'm just taking the last jar of what I think will be hearts, could be splitting into tails. Either way, I'm just sneaking up on what would be about 1.8 litres of good usable spirit from this run, and that's about all. That's about what I'm looking for. Right, but I like to use 2 litre bottles to age in. So my calculation is at the moment I've got about 1 litre of maybe 800 ml to 1 litre of high 50-60% alcohol to come off. So I'm going to pull this jar off and crank up the element a little bit. Actually, I was going to just put it all in the I might just one run jar first up of tails, just for 200ml, just to see what sort of flavour it pulls out. So I'll crank up full bore on the bolts, bring them up to, so they've got that 500 watt element running at full steam. Just check where this last one's come off at. Previous jar before this one was still at 65%. Okay, that one's dropped a little. That's down to about 61. So she's tapering off. So that could even swell into our first jar of tails there. The temperature did sneak up a little bit on that one. I'm getting into the now 86, 87 range. So could well be tails. But yeah, it's not quite as smooth on the nose, but regardless of it. So I'm pretty happy with what I've got there. So we're going to let these breathe overnight. I'm just going to rip off the end of this now, let it come up a bit higher. That should run through now around 92 degrees. So it's only just getting in, like, so getting into the faint territory. It's come up a bit quicker now, so that's all good. I'm happy with that. That's a good run for me. So that's the first all grain batch run through. So let these air overnight. Get them onto with some bourbon or the oak there that I've used for some of the Uncle Jesse's, which that'll go on to. And we'll let them age on that for a while and see how they go. Now I'm not going to do another all grain mash straight away. I really not going to muck around too much, but what I'm really looking at is I've got over the back here, I've got 3 cartons of the cheap kit beer experiment that I brewed a while back. Yeah, I think 1 carton that's going to end up with a father-in-law for Christmas, and the other 2 cartons, which are pretty ordinary, these are quite lightly hopped, so I'm going to throw them into the fermenter with the yeast that's left over from the wash for this batch. I might throw an that beer's about 5% alcohol, so there'll be about 16 litres all up. So I might throw a kilo of sugar in with that just to boost it up a little bit. That yeast, that fermenter's already got some the dry enzyme in there, which worked really good on this batch. So I'm hoping that'll work good with with that beer and help strip off all the extra sugars that are still in there. And hopefully we'll come out somewhere, I'm hoping around 8.5–9% ABV going into the into the boiler, so we can still pull bloody maybe 2 litres, 2 and a bit litres of usable spirit off that. But that beer's just going to waste, so I'm going to get in the drain, so I might as well do something with it. So, and ever since I've got the still, I've really been wanting to play around with running some beer through and see how that turns out. So, I think now's a really good time for that to happen. So that'll be it. So as I said, just let this run through now. A little bit quicker just to finish this off. So that's me for the day, Little John. Whisky jar, all grain Scotch whisky, and obviously we'll come back down the track 6 weeks or so. We'll give a taster on this and see how it's progressing. So till I see you again. Bottoms up.